guys, welcome back to your Diploma in Cryptocurrency. I am your course educator, Jonathan Ledden, and we are on to lesson 2, which is all about actually investing in cryptocurrency. So how do exchanges work to buy them? How do we store them securely through wallets? And what other resources do we need in terms of actually buying, sending, receiving, and storing our cryptocurrency. But of course, guys, before I get stuck into the lesson, I'm just going to pop up the risk warning there. Remember, any advice or information provided by Shaw Academy in general, any advice or information provided by Shaw Academy is general advice only. It does not take into account your personal circumstances, so please do not trade or invest based solely on this information. And guys, you can go back through the rest of the risk warning yourself through the recordings in the members area and just have a good read through, because it's very important to understand markets are volatile, and if you don't know what you're doing, of course, you can lose all of your money. So let's get stuck into quick recap of lesson 1. What did we cover in lesson 1? Well, we looked at really Bitcoin, blockchain, and the landscape of cryptocurrencies. So we looked at blockchain technology and how Bitcoin came out of blockchain technology from the last financial crisis back in 2008. Then we specifically looked at digital currency or cryptocurrency, and then the difference between, say, digital currency and open source platforms like Ethereum, EOS, Neo, Ripple, Cardano, compared to digital currencies, which would be Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and of course the different types in the privacy and non-privacy coins. So what are you going to look at today in lesson 2? Well, jam-packed lesson today. We're going to look at trading versus investing in cryptocurrency. So if we're going to invest in cryptocurrency long term, we probably need to own the cryptocurrency. Whereas if we're trading it, we can do that through CFDs. We don't necessarily have to own the instrument or own any of the coins. Then we're going to look at buying cryptocurrency. How can we do that through exchanges? And how can we buy the altcoins as opposed to maybe something just like Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, which would be the 3 easy ones to buy. Then we're going to look at storing cryptocurrency in different ways, whether it be in a paper wallet, a cold storage wallet, whether it be on an exchange, and the advantages and disadvantages. And then lastly, I'm going to go through a few crypto resources. So what are the good exchanges? What are the good charting and trading view platforms that we use often in cryptocurrency, so we can kind of get our heads around what we'll need to not just buy and hold our cryptocurrency, but what else we'll be using to actually track the price in the long-term investment or trading, if that's what we're going to do. So the main takeaway really will be from lesson 2 is how to use cryptocurrency. Really, we're talking about buying, sending, receiving, and storing your crypto securely if that's what you want to do. If it's a case of you want to buy your cryptocurrency and use it or invest it long term, then that's what we're going to look at today. So let's get stuck in, guys. Now, before we actually do any type of trading or investing, we have to understand the main difference between these two actions, because although they're often paired together, they are very different beasts. You see, trading and investing tends to be one or the other for people. You know, they're either going to mainly trade with some investing, or they're going to mainly invest with some short-term trading. So we have to understand the difference before we decide what we're actually going to do within the cryptocurrency world. So let's look at trading first of all. Trading is based on short-term time frames. Now, what are the short-term time frames? 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour, but also 1 day, 1 week, and even a period of months. Okay, so trading will happen on the daily, the weekly, or even the monthly charts. Okay, now it's based mainly on price action. There will be some fundamental analysis or some reaction to major news, but mainly trading is based on price action. Therefore, what we're using most of the time is technical analysis, so reading charts. And we will be going over that in the next lesson, in lesson 3 and in lesson 4. Okay? Now, we need volatility to profit in trading. What does volatility mean? We need big movements in price, whether up or down. If it just stays stagnant for a long time, it's very hard to trade that particular instrument. So what we're looking for is movement in the main price or the market maker when it comes to the instrument. So in terms of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is really what the entire market is based on. So even when Bitcoin is fairly steady, we can trade all of the other altcoins against it. So really, all we want to happen is for it to be going up or steady. Now the problem is when Bitcoin is going down, everything is going down with it. So that's when it's hard to profit off trading within the cryptocurrency space. Not impossible, but a lot harder. So what we want is Bitcoin to be fairly steady as the base currency, or to be on a bull run on the way up so we can profit off any swing trades. Now, you don't have to necessarily own cryptocurrency when you're trading it, because we'll look in lesson 4 when we're setting up our trading platform that we're going to be trading through CFDs, so contracts for difference. So you won't actually be owning the instrument, you're just trading on the price swings. And it is very sensitive to noise. What's noise? Movement in the market. So whatever time frame we are trading on, we're going to use different time frames to really lock in our decision. Because if we just trade off the, say, 15 or 30 minute charts or 1 hour charts, there's going to be large movements. So we're also going to look at the 1 day and the 1 week charts to see what direction we're going in, whether it be bullish, which is on the way up, or bearish on the way down. And again, guys, if you don't understand any of these terms when on the trading side of it, don't worry about that whatsoever, because we will be covering that in lesson 3 and in lesson 4 when we very much look into the fundamental basics of technical analysis and how to do it. Now, if that's trading, what's investing? Well, investing is actually on a long-term time frame. So years, if not decades, okay? It's based on future value of that. So if you think about people who bought Apple stock when it was $4, or Warren Buffett is the most famous, really, investor we can think of. He tends to buy into companies at their startup stage and hold that stock for a very long time until it's worth 500, 600, 1,000, 2,000x of what he actually bought in for. So let's say he bought in at $4 a share. He waits for 20 years until it's $1,000 a share, $2,000 a share, or $50,000 a share, and that's where he makes his money. 80 to 90% of the time, what he's doing is fundamental analysis. So he's reading the news, he's reading really what the companies can actually do long term to build value and be implemented into everyday society, and if it has an actual chance of doing that, and if he believes in it, then he will invest in it in an early stage and continue to invest in it. Really investing, what you're doing is you're betting on the long-term price being much, much higher than when you buy into it. So you need long-term growth. which means we're not going to profit short term by investing. Investing is really generally a lot larger sums of money put into companies or stock or wherever it may be for a much longer period of time. So when it comes to cryptocurrency, if you're investing as opposed to trading, you believe that Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum is the future of money, and you're going to start buying it up on all the dips where it's cheapest over the next few months or couple of years, because maybe, as Bloomberg and CNBC has been saying, it could be worth €500,000 per Bitcoin in 4 or 5 years' time, and currently it's at around $8,000. So really, you're wanting that long-term growth, and you need that long-term growth to profit, okay? You must own the cryptocurrency in this case really to see the return, because you're not going to be investing long-term in a CFD, because to do that, I mean, in theory you could, but you'd have to pay for almost rent on the price action going up, and it'll be pointless. You're better off just buying the actual cryptocurrency itself and holding it in a cold storage wallet. Okay? Now, it is sensitive to news, so you may be tempted to sell half or sell all if you think something major has happened within that industry or within that company that you lose your confidence in. So it very much is, when it comes to investing, you have to believe in the future of the company, the future of the product, the future of the technology. Whatever you're investing in, you have to believe in the future value, and that whichever company or cryptocurrency you've invested in is going to do just that. Okay, guys? So that's the main difference when it comes to trading versus investing. Now, in this lesson, we're going to look at actually buying your Bitcoin, your Litecoin, your Ethereum, because although you can also trade in that way to short-term profit, most people that will be buying up Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum would definitely be doing it for long-term investments and really trying to increase their holding by doing swing trades. So let's get stuck into how do we actually get some Bitcoin. Well, there are only 3 cryptocurrencies which can be bought through centralized exchanges with fiat currency. And fiat currency, of course, we covered in the last lesson. We're talking about euro, US dollar, yen, whatever you have, okay, worldwide, your normal government currency, all right? Now, there's only 3 which can be actually bought with fiat currency, and that's Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum through only a small number of exchanges. Now, we're talking about mainly Coinbase, Gemini, and Robinhood, okay? These are the 3 biggest. You do have some of the other centralized exchanges like Kraken, where they will allow you to buy your actual Bitcoin with your fiat currency, and then you can also buy your altcoins on the same exchange. But the 3 biggest ones, Coinbase, Gemini, and Robinhood, which just released recently in a few states over in the US, you can buy pretty much those 3 coins. Okay, now, if you're buying Bitcoin with fiat currency, it does tend to be limited with the amount you can buy as well, because some of you can buy a credit card, or you can actually transfer an amount from your bank into the exchange so you can buy larger amounts. And then Coinbase own another exchange called GDAX, was a little more professional looking when it comes to if you're trading, because it looks more like a trading platform. Coinbase just looks like an app on your phone, and I'm going to show it to you now and how we can actually go through and buy our first little bit of Bitcoin, even if it's $100, so just to get used to how to use it. Now, I will say this, before you go and you invest thousands into Bitcoin, and thousands into trading it because of how volatile it is and how much money there seems to be in the market, I would recommend buying a small amount of Bitcoin. I'm talking $50, $100, $20 even, where you can actually try out using it, how to buy it, how to send it, how to use a wallet, how to store it securely. Because if you don't understand how to do it properly, your money is at huge risk, because you have to understand the technology and how it works before you decide to go and use this as a trading instrument. Because if you accidentally send it to the wrong wallet or lose your public and private keys, like we talked about in lesson 1, essentially you will never be able to get access to that money again. So imagine putting 100,000 euro into your Bitcoin, accidentally sending it to the wrong wallet, or sending it onto a wallet which you have on a PC, which then crashes later that day, and you never took your public or private keys from the wallet. You've now lost 100,000 euro. And that's how much of a big risk it is if you don't understand how to use cryptocurrency. So my advice is actually start using it, test it out for a couple of weeks, get used to the technology, see if you like it, and if you do like it and you do have a very, I suppose, ease of use, then I'd recommend look at maybe trading it or investing in it long term. Now again, with the investing, yes, we really do need to understand how to use it. With the trading, if we end up trading through CFDs, not a big deal, because you don't have to own the Bitcoin or worry about any of this. So this is mainly if you're doing it long term and you want to invest long term, but also maybe do some swing trades to increase your portfolio size without continuously adding money as well. All right? Now, so let's look at your most common and biggest exchange, centralized exchange, Coinbase. Now this is essentially the app on a phone. Now the reason why I show people this at first is because this is how easily accessible it is in today's technology. Okay, you can literally have the app of the exchange on your phone. You can have a very secure wallet on your phone, and you can literally buy it and securely hold your cryptocurrency. Now, obviously, we need to have our public and our private keys to make sure we have 100% secure holding. But even on your phone, it's a pretty secure way of doing it. So on Coinbase, you download the app. It was one of the biggest downloaded apps back in December 2017. You can buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Now the main screen shows the current price of all coins. So when you open up the app, what you're going to see is this, okay? You'll see if you do have any balance in your account. You'll see the current price of the day. And essentially, if you want to buy any of that, what you're going to do is click into any of these, so it'll bring you to the individual instrument, whether it be Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, or Litecoin. Now, once you've decided which actual currency you want to buy, you simply click on that and it will bring you into the section where you can buy or sell your Bitcoin. So let's say we click into Bitcoin. Each individual coin will show a purchase and sell history. Now, we don't have a huge purchase and sell history here showing, but essentially, as you can see, the last purchase here is $100 and 80 or 100 euro and 83 cent, which is 0.018 of Bitcoin. Okay, and again, you don't have to buy a full Bitcoin. You can buy fractions of a Bitcoin worth whatever you want to buy in your fiat currency. Now, you can either buy or sell that within that currency. So if you picked Bitcoin and you're holding your Bitcoin in your actual exchange wallet, then you can sell that, or if you want to buy it and you have either a card attached to your app, or you have transferred money into your exchange so you can buy some, then you can simply buy it there and then. And you click on the buy or sell, whichever you want. Now, let's say we want to buy some cryptocurrency, and I have this attached to a credit card. Now, some of the credit card companies have removed this because people went a little bit crazy in December and were basically mortgaging off their entire houses and maxing out their credit cards. So they decided to, for the short term, some of the companies remove the ability for using credit cards on things like Coinbase and Gemini, but not all of them. There's only some of the credit card companies. Okay? Now, let's say if we want to buy 0.034, right? Let's say we want to buy €200 of Bitcoin. That's giving us, once we type in our €200, it will tell us how much it is in Bitcoin. Okay, so if that was in dollars, it will tell you in dollars what it was. Would it be 0.032 or 0.029? Obviously a slight difference because euro is worth a bit more than the US dollar at the moment. So whatever you type in, if you want to buy $100, $200, it will tell you the equivalent price in Bitcoin. So how much Bitcoin you're actually buying. Okay, you do not, and again I'll say this, you do not have to buy a full coin in any of them. You buy fractions of coins in whatever amount you want, and Coinbase will automatically convert what your fiat is worth in that cryptocurrency, whether it be Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and all of these have codes. We're going to go through it in the next lesson, but we also did it in the last one. Your Bitcoin is BTC, your Bitcoin Cash is BTH, your Litecoin is LTC, your Ethereum is ETH. So you have to get familiar with obviously the cryptocurrency terms, or the slugs for your actual cryptocurrency. Now, once we decide that that's what we want, €200 is going to buy us 0.034 of Bitcoin. Then we're going to hit the preview buy, and it's going to give us the preview buy. So it will give you your Bitcoin price, what it currently is. Your availability is instantly because we're doing it through a MasterCard. It's giving you a Coinbase fee and a payment fee. Now there is, I think it's a 5% charge on credit cards and a $1 or €1 fee that Coinbase takes. So if you're buying this on, say, GDAX, their more professional trading platform, then the actual fees are minimal. You're like 0.02%, but there's quite a high payment fee and Coinbase fee when you're using the app, because you can buy small amounts relatively easy with a credit card. So they will charge you a lot for it, and that's how they make most of their money. Now, if you get something like GDAX, it's going to be a little more complicated on the exchange front, and we'll go through it in the next couple of lessons. But again, much more reduced fees. So if we're going to act more like professional traders or professional investors, we're probably going to use that a lot more. But let's say if we want to use it on a day-to-day basis, or let's say we just want to use small amounts to test, then this is a great way of doing it. Okay, so you confirm your BTC price is the actual price that you're buying for. If you take too long to do the transaction, it might tell you the price has changed during the transaction and give you the new price, which may be more or less. And then once you're happy with that, you'll confirm the buy. And once you confirm the buy, it will show you in the wallet what you're actually buying or how much you've bought. So the purchase will show in your respective wallet. You have your Euro wallet or USD wallet, so that's what you'll transfer money into from your bank account if you want to have immediate available funds, or if you're using a card attached, you can use your credit card. And then you have your individual wallets, your Bitcoin wallet, your Bitcoin Cash, your Ethereum, and your Litecoin wallet. So once you've done the transaction, it will take that transaction fee in Bitcoin off you, and then your remainder will go into the wallet. Now, it's pretty much the same on Gemini, pretty much the same on Robinhood, but Coinbase would be the largest centralized exchange when it comes to those cryptocurrencies worldwide, and they're also doing an over-the-counter industry version for financial institutions that are looking to buy large amounts and get into the market. So they're definitely market leaders, and as I said, they have the more advanced trading platform type exchange. That's gdax.com as well. So just so you're aware of both. Okay, guys. Now, if we want to send that amount, then what we're going to do is we're going to go into our wallet, and in our wallet, each wallet will give us a history of our transactions. So it will look at what you've previously done over the past few transactions. So as you can see, sold Bitcoin, bought Bitcoin, received Bitcoin, all over here. It will generally give you the dates, the amount you've done, and where you've sent them. So if you click them for more detail, it will give you the addresses you sent to, or it will give you how much you bought, what exchange rate at the time, and so on. Okay? Now, to send crypto off your exchange, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you send it to a compatible wallet. Okay? Now, up on the top right corner here, you see this little airplane. This is what we use to send it off. So let's say we've bought a couple of $100 worth of Bitcoin, but we don't want to leave it sitting on the exchange. We want to put it into one of our software wallets, or maybe we have a cold storage hardware wallet that's hooked up to our laptop, and we're like, right, we're going to send it off the exchange and we're going to put it onto our wallet. So what we do is we hit this button here in the top right, and that's going to bring up this screen here. And it's going to remind you that you only send Bitcoin to a Bitcoin wallet, or a compatible wallet. So sending any other digital asset, including Bitcoin Cash, may result in permanent loss. And this is why I say to people, if you're thinking about investing in any cryptocurrency long term, what you want to do is you want to buy a small amount of that cryptocurrency so you can get used to buying it, sending it, receiving it, looking at the transaction history, really just getting used to the technology, because there's no point in putting a lot of money in this over the next few months or few years if you really believe in technology, if you don't know how to use it, because all you're doing is risking your money, like that story in lesson 1 where the guy threw out 7,500 Bitcoin, which at the time was worth what? Something crazy, a few million, I can't remember now, as I'm thinking back on lesson 1, but absolutely crazy amount of money, just because he didn't hold on and have a backup of his public and private keys, and that's lost forever. So you really have to understand how to use cryptocurrency, how to use wallets, and so on. So again, you know, if you're planning on doing this long term, I'm not advising you, I'm just saying, if you're planning on investing in this long term, then buy yourself a small amount and play around with using it. Send it, receive it, get a couple of different type of wallets, and figure out how exactly you feel comfortable holding on to it, sending it, receiving it, and which platforms you prefer using. Okay? Now guys, before I go any further, I do want to remind you that do me a favor, at the end of the lesson, it will ask you to rate the lesson. So please do, because when you rate that. It helps me improve the lessons content where I see lower scores, and if you're liking it, then obviously with the higher scores I leave them alone. So do me a favor and rate that at the end of the lesson, guys. I very much appreciate it. Now let's talk about storing Bitcoin, and let's talk about the few different types of wallets that we can use, because they're not just one. There's 4 main wallets that we can use. Now, we can either store it on an exchange wallet, so something like Coinbase where we have a built-in wallet. We can leave that on the exchange. Now, it wouldn't be hugely secure, but some of them are more secure than others. And let's say we might want to have quick access to a certain amount of cryptocurrency on exchanges to maybe buy some altcoins or something like that. Our next option will be maybe a software wallet, where we'd have a piece of software on our laptop. Our next option will be a hardware wallet, and then after that, probably the most secure is a paper wallet. So let's go through the few different types that we use in cryptocurrency. What are the best options, and what are maybe the most common ones we see around? Well, first of all, you have your exchange wallets, guys. So whether you're using Coinbase or whether you're using Kraken or Bittrex or Binance, you will be able to hold a certain amount of cryptocurrency in individual wallets, obviously individual compatible wallets for each cryptocurrency, if you want quick access to them to maybe do some swing trades or to put trades in action. Because you do need to have, if you're investing long-term but you're using centralized exchanges, you will need to have some of your cryptocurrency on the exchange to swing trade. Now, what we're going to look at is when we're trading it mainly in the later lessons, we're going to look at trading with CFDs, so we don't have to worry about all of this. So this is more if you own a large amount, but you're only trading a smaller amount of your portfolio to try and grow it by doing some swing trades. So what are the advantages and disadvantages? Well, the security, they're not very secure. So anytime you've heard about cryptocurrency being hacked, it wasn't actually anyone that was holding their cryptocurrency on a laptop or anything like that. It was generally that they were hacked exchanges. So the biggest was Mt. Gox back in 2013, 2014, when it was hacked for hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. And basically, the hackers got into the centralized exchange and just sent out all of people's Bitcoins that was being held in their exchange wallets to the hackers' private addresses. And of course, once you sent it back then, there was no way of getting it back because they owned their wallet addresses. And even though you can trace the addresses, you cannot trace who owns those addresses. So the problem is that on the blockchain, they were essentially lost. Okay? Now, some of it was gotten back, but a lot of it was lost. So it's not very secure because you're not in control of your public and private key. And really, to be in control of your cryptocurrency, you need to be in control of your private key. So when you leave it on an exchange, the exchange is in control of your private key. So they essentially can send your cryptocurrency to another address. So if anyone hacks it or pretends to be exchange, now they can send your cryptocurrency to another wallet. Okay? The advantages are, obviously, if you have trades that are active in some of the centralized exchanges, or if you want assets to be immediately tradable, you might hold a small percentage of your overall cryptocurrency holdings on the exchange. Now again, this will be only if you're mainly investing in cryptocurrency and only trading a small amount. If we're trading cryptocurrency, we're going to do that through CFDs, through our trading platform. So we're not going to worry about this too much if we don't plan on investing a lot of money long term in cryptocurrency, but just so you know. And the unique selling point here for the exchange wallets is obviously it's immediate trading, but it's not recommended because we can hold our cryptocurrency in a cold storage wallet and convert it over in a matter of minutes to an exchange wallet if we want to trade. So really, there's no reason why you would need access absolutely immediately on an exchange. Even if you owned a load of Bitcoin, you can exchange over Bitcoin to your exchange wallet fairly quickly within 15 or 20 minutes. Okay, the next option is something like Exodus, which would be a software wallet. Now, what is a software wallet? A software wallet is sitting on your laptop, so it would be probably a little more secure on a Mac than a Windows. Windows a little more easily hackable, and they can get into Exodus through your computer if they take control of it. So that is the only disadvantage. It is more secure than exchanges, but it's not as secure as something like a cold storage or a paper wallet. Now, when it comes to the private key is controlled by you through 24 word phrase. However, as I said, if a hacker got control of your computer and they can open an Exodus and they had some sort of phishing device that knew your password into Exodus, again, they can actually get into your wallet and send it off your computer. So as long as you're connected to the internet, to a network, and a hacker was able to get onto your device, then it is possible for them to get control of your private key, even though you are in control of it. Now, as your device is closed and not connected to the network, if they don't know your 24 word phrase, they can't get your crypto. So not 100% secure, but still more secure than an exchange wallet. Now, the advantage of something like Exodus is you can hold multiple cryptocurrencies. So within Exodus, it has multiple wallets. So you have your Bitcoin, your Dash, your Monero, your Litecoin, your Goldem, your Ethereum, whatever you want to hold, then you can hold within the Exodus wallet, and that would be the advantage. If they could manage to do that in a cold storage device, then hey presto, it would be absolutely brilliant. And the unique selling point here is you can exchange crypto within the wallet in Exodus. So let's say we want to exchange Bitcoin to Litecoin. We can actually do it within the wallet at the current price without having to transfer it back onto the exchange and buy Litecoin with Bitcoin. So it does have some internal advantages that if we were able to set it up securely and know that no one had our 24 word phrase, then when we're using it, it's pretty secure. When we're looking at it, when it's closed down off the network, it's pretty secure. So not 100%, I wouldn't recommend having large amounts on it. But again, just like your exchange wallet, if you have small amounts that you want to use on a day-to-day basis or on a weekly basis, if you want to maybe do some swing trades based within the wallet, so you don't even have to worry about using exchanges, you can open that up and see the different prices. If you've read a chart and decided that Golem's gonna go up 150% against Bitcoin over the next week, then you can exchange your Bitcoin into Golem, wait for the jump, and then exchange it back when you've made your profit. So there is advantages within the wallet where it doesn't actually go anywhere. You're still in control of your private key, but you can actually do those swing trades within the wallet. Okay? And then next up, guys, is your hardware wallet. Now, this will be an external device, something like a Ledger Nano S, where it's extremely secure. It's pin protected. You're in control of your private key and your 24 word phrase that would have 100% never been seen, even if even if you had 10 hackers with 100 viruses on your laptop, when you were setting this up, your 24-word phrase was on the screen of your ledger, which is encrypted and cannot be hacked. So you were 100% that when you set up your private key and your 24-word phrase, the only person that had access to that was you and the people around you. So once you write that down, never had it on a network, never took a picture of it on your iPhone, never had a digital version of it, well then the only person that is controlling your private key is now you. And that is what we want when we are controlling our cryptocurrency. We want 100% control over our private key or our 24-word phrase that gives us access to our private key. The advantages of a device like this is they cannot be hacked. They are fully encrypted, and you need to know your PIN, you need to know your 24-word phrase, and you can also get your private key off these if you know what you're doing. So you can have all three. Okay, and the unique selling point here is they can also be backed up and held off your computer. So they're never sitting on your computer. Your private key, your ownership, your wallet addresses are all on this device, so you don't have to worry about the vulnerabilities of your laptop. Okay? And that is the advantage of a hardware wallet, guys. And I store all of my crypto on a Ledger Nano S. I've never used a paper wallet, but I'm getting around to thinking about putting some of it in a paper wallet securely as well, that I don't want to touch and just leave long term for maybe a 5 or 10 year period. But I have been using a Ledger Nano S for a long time now. Very happy with the use of it. And again, you have your PIN, you have your wallet functionality, and you can send it into an exchange very quickly if you want to do any swing trades, if you actually own your cryptocurrency. And then lastly, guys, we have your paper wallet. Now, your paper wallet is the most secure. It's 100% completely secure because really you're holding your own private key. So when you set it up, you're setting up your own private key. You're not worrying about a 24-word backup phrase that you need. You actually have your private key. So you can either memorize it, you can write it down in 4 or 5 secure locations, and just make sure that you write it down in a way that it's not obviously a private key for a Bitcoin wallet. I mean, you don't want to put all the details on, so you want to do your own little encryption in it. And this is what's holding a lot of people back with getting into cryptocurrency, is because it seems a little complicated to hold security. Now, with something like a Ledger Nano S, it makes it very simple, but the paper wallets still are a little complicated because you do have to write down your private key securely, make sure it's not obvious, store it in 4 or 5 places to make sure you're covered, and really to understand the use of that long term. So guys, that's essentially the storage options we have when it comes to your cryptocurrency. Now guys, I know some of that sounds super complicated, so let's just have a look at a software wallet and how easy it is to use. So if we're looking at Exodus, first of all, the way you get Exodus is very, very simple. If I just drag Google across here and we look for Exodus wallet, Exodus wallet. It's popped up anyway. So it's www.exodus.io, and that is the website for your Exodus wallet. It's probably one of the more secure software wallets. It gives you a huge amount of information on the wallet, an overview of the portfolio, exchange, the multi-asset wallet. It has both Windows and Mac versions. Now the Mac version will be a lot more stable. The Windows would be a lot more vulnerable, and you can download it by pressing on the download page, and it will get you your few different options and show you more of an overview along with requirements needed. Okay, now once you've done that, you download it. It's very, very easy to install. There's a couple of install videos on it, and then what you're going to do is you're just going to double click on it to load it up, and it will initialize. So once it initializes and opens up, it opens up in a portrait view, so a small window. You can expand this if you would like, or you can minimize it. Now, let's just expand it for the screen so we can see everything and go through it very, very clearly. Now, there's a couple of main things on the left side. First of all, your portfolio section tells you what you're holding. So at the moment, we have no Bitcoin, Civic Dash, anything in this wallet. It's a brand new wallet. But this will show you your portfolio breakdown. So if we held some Bitcoin, some Dash, some Litecoin, it would tell us the percentage of the overall holdings and how much that is worth in your dollars or euro, whatever way you have the wallet set up. Then you have your individual wallets. Now, as I said, guys, we can only send Bitcoin to Bitcoin. We can only send Ethereum to Ethereum. So it has a number of, a huge number of different wallets here, from different altcoins that you can get from different centralized exchanges. But if we stick with the main ones, there's a Bitcoin, there's a Litecoin, and there's Ethereum wallets here. So let's say we bought some Bitcoin on Coinbase and we want to send it off the Coinbase exchange onto our Exodus wallet. Now, how we would do that is we hit the receive button. It will give us our address or our bank account. Really, that's what it is, our wallet account for our Exodus wallet. And then we simply, when we're sending it, put that address into our Coinbase exchange to send, confirm the first and last three digits of 129 EPG, or if we're afraid of copying it that way, you can copy it to the clipboard with that button. Again, check it, and you can confirm send, and within a few minutes it will be sent to your Exodus wallet. Now, if you're using a software wallet, guys, if it's not on a Mac, I really recommend using very, very small amounts in it. It is more secure on a Mac than a Windows. But if you're using it in general, a software wallet is good for small amounts of exchanges and to have your, let's say, crypto that you actually readily use or exchange to maybe increase your portfolio size slightly with some swing trades. So pretty safe if you have a very secure antiviral software and you set it up in a secure location. Now, you have to have a small amount of money in your Exodus wallet to set up your backup. Now, your backup will be your password to the Exodus wallet and your 12-word backup phrase. But you have to send even a few dollars worth of Bitcoin or Litecoin into this. So let's say you bought one Litecoin for I think it's about $100 at the moment, and you send maybe 0.1 of that. So you send $10 in so it can activate your backup part of your wallet, and then you will go through the process. You simply select a very secure password, and it will give you a 12-word phrase backup that you will write down if you ever forgot that password. Now, here is the big risk, or I suppose this is why everyone is not getting into crypto as a worldwide currency, because this came out of lack of really confidence in the financial centralized banks. So you are in 100% complete control of your money. There is no one else responsible for it. So you're responsible for your passwords, your backups, where you're sending it to the correct wallets, and you are the one risking it if you wrongly use it. And that's why I say, if you're going to get into crypto, especially investing long-term, guys, get used to using different wallet software wallets, paper wallets, cold storage wallets, and get very comfortable with securely holding your passwords, whether it be in safe deposit boxes, in your own safes in different houses, or your parents' house, or a mixture of the two, of coming up with your own little encryption version of your password. So switching certain, the 7th and the 12th letter of your password, so you always know what it is, but no one else can get them if they read them off. Now, the advantage of something like a software wallet is if you are using it for small amounts, and then you wanted to do a trade, a swing trade, you read your trading view charts and you see that, let's say, Dash, it's looking like it's going to increase over the next few days according to the price action against your Bitcoin. So let's say you're holding $100 worth of Bitcoin. You want to transfer that into Dash to take advantage of that trade that looks like it's going to go up. So you go into your exchange section and you can exchange your Bitcoin for Dash. So you can go down to Dash and you can take your essentially $100 of Bitcoin, and it will tell you what it will be in Dash and how many Dash you will get for it, and the exchange rate or the exchange price on that. Now, it's saying not enough Bitcoin to start this exchange, so obviously you have to have enough in the wallet. But if you were holding that, then you could do that within the wallet and not have to put it on an exchange to take advantage of that trade. So that would be advantage of the software wallet Exodus, as opposed to holding it on an exchange where you have no control of your private key. Definitely have more secure access and control of your private key. But the risky part of this is if you're setting up this backup and someone has a software or a phishing device on your computer and they can see the password you put in and they can see your 12-word backup phrase, then when you go offline, they can take your money by duplicating your Exodus wallet, by downloading a new one, putting in the 12-word backup phrase, and essentially now have control over your asset. So that is the big risk, and that's why I suppose it's not being adopted as quickly as people were thinking this year, because you are 100% in control of your asset. But to give you an overview, guys, it is pretty simple. The wallets, you use the correct wallets. That's your little bank account, your Bitcoin bank account. You send it to a Bitcoin bank address or a bank account, whatever way you want to call it. But, it's your wallet address. So Bitcoin wallet address to a Bitcoin wallet address, Ethereum to Ethereum, Litecoin to Litecoin, and so on. So when we look at fairly easy to understand, hopefully. Yeah? So guys, to go through another couple of the resources before we wrap up this lesson, I just want to go through maybe some of the CoinMarketCap websites and the trading views that we can use, especially if we're planning on investing long term in this and we're maybe using some centralized exchanges and wallets to hold our crypto. The main one is, of course, coinmarketcap.com. And that's simply coinmarketcap.com. This is in your notes under your resources, and this will give you the overall coin market cap of the top, well, hundreds of cryptocurrencies. But it's probably one of the most accurate when it comes to market cap, volume, circulating supply, 24-hour change, and so on. And of course, we can pick a couple of different things on this. So when you click into your particular asset, you can see the current price, so 8,078. You can see the current market cap, 136 billion US dollars, is basically in Bitcoin. So it's been invested in Bitcoin, whether it be short term or long term. That equals the circulating supply at the moment, which is up around 17 million. And the 24-hour volume was well over 6 billion in trading terms. Okay, so again, max supply 21 million, and I will give you a history of the chart. As you can see, that huge rise back over November, December, and then drop down since December 17th all the way down to our current price, which is around $8,000, and kind of accumulating around that over the past couple of weeks. And we can do that with every single crypto asset. If we want to look at Ripple, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, we simply click in and see our current price, see our market cap, see our 24-hour volume, circulating supply, and so on. Another version of coin market cap would be on-chain FX, and it does have a couple of extra options on chain FX, so you can actually add along with your price your 24-hour change to US dollar, and you can actually filter it back and forth that way if you want, or simply you can filter it by name, by price, by 24-hour change, by current market cap. We'll go back to the current market cap, and then of course we can actually do a couple of nice little additions on this. So you can do all-time high in US dollar. So we can see the all-time high in Bitcoin was $20,000, and it has been, if we do days since all-time high, we can see it's been 121 days since the all-time high, and pretty much the bear market started back then, December 17th. We can see Ethereum, since its all-time high, which is $1,431, it's been 93 days. Now, if we expect returns back to these highs in the next few months, which there looks like there's going to be confidence in the market, and our current prices are 8,500, there's definitely opportunity there. Now, there's opportunity there, whether it be investing long term or whether it be trading in CFDs, which we'll be looking at over the next couple of lessons. And guys, you can do the same in on-chain FX. You can click into it and it will give you a snapshot of what it is, the current market cap, the price, how long it's been around, the 24-hour trade volume, and so on. Very similar to what CoinMarketCap does. I do like the couple of additions on Chain FX does with the year-to-date supply, the year 2050 supply, available supply, all-time highs, days since all-time high. I do really like the few things that you can do on Chain FX, so I tend to use both and just make sure that both are correct. Sometimes CoinMarketCap will be a little more accurate with some of the altcoins, whereas the big players on Chain FX is definitely on there with the metrics on the big players. And then guys, for your charting, now we are going to be looking at MetaTrader 4 and using MetaTrader 4 for the majority of our trading in crypto, and not just crypto, but obviously if we learn how to trade properly in crypto, then we're going to be able to trade any asset with the same opportunity to make money, because what we need is volatility, and sometimes as one asset or instrument maybe steadies or slows in volatility, another one raises, and the same charting patterns, the same opportunity may arise. But if we're investing long term, and we're not necessarily using MetaTrader 4, TradingView.com is absolutely fantastic for up-to-date, current exchanges if we want to pick a specific exchange. So if we go on, and you can join for free, do your email, do your password, and we'll save all your favorites. But you can even go into launch charts from the .com, and you don't have to worry about actually signing up at all. And then on the top right corner here, so over on the top right corner, we can search our Bitcoin to USD, let's say, and let's say we want to pick a specific exchange. So maybe Bitfinex, or if we want to check Coinbase, or if we want to look at Gemini or Bittrex, any of these that we want to check, we can check. So let's say we're trading off a particular centralized exchange. Let's say we're using Bitfinex. So we click on this, and we'll give the current trading price on Bitfinex and the history. So if we want to draw out any trading patterns on this, then we're actually drawing them out on our correct exchange. Whereas if we're using something like a MetaTrader 4 and the CFDs, we're obviously trading the CFDs through our broker and whatever view that they're using, whatever exchange that they're using. However, if we want to invest long term and look at the exchanges we're actually using to buy and sell our crypto on, then we can do it here on TradingView. So it's just another option for charting and for viewing your price, especially in the crypto space, because there are many different areas we can see our information. And really what we're going to learn over the next few lessons is how we actually do this properly and effectively. How do we use TradingView to set up our watch list, to set up, let's say, our Ethereum to US dollar, and let's say we're checking that on Bitfinex as well, and that's where we're trading, and we want to make sure we're drawing our patterns because we own that, but maybe we're trading CFDs on our MetaTrader 4, so we're also using that for our CFDs against our shorts and longs. And again, don't worry about if you don't understand all of these terms, but we might use a number of these resources depending if we're holding crypto or we're just trading against the price and not necessarily owning it. And these are some of the best resources that we're going to use in the short and long term with our cryptocurrency. So guys, that was just a quick overview of the resources. We will go over these in more detail over the next few lessons. The next couple of lessons are going to be dedicated to understanding charting patterns. So whether it be drawing trend lines, whether it be drawing support and resistance lines across specific areas to see where we can actually see price closing off or where we can see drops and possible opportunities. So guys, I'm going to wrap up the lesson there. But congratulations on completing lesson 2, and you now understand how to buy, sell, and store cryptocurrency along with some other specific jargon that we use in the financial market. So if we look at a detailed summary of that lesson, we looked at trading versus investing. Trading is a lot more active, short and medium term, and investing is really spotting, I suppose, technological advances in companies that we think is going to do well in the next 5, 10, 15 years, where we can make larger profits if we have large sums of money to invest. We also looked at how to buy cryptocurrency on the exchanges through Coinbase, Gemini, GDAX. We had a little mention about Bittrex. and then how to store cryptocurrency in our different types of wallets, whether it be a software wallet, a hardware wallet, and a paper wallet. And guys, I will say, if you're eager or interested in getting involved in trading and investing within the cryptocurrency space, it is vital that you understand the technology in the background of the market. Like, you need to understand, where is cryptocurrency going to be used in the future, and you need to get familiar with how to buy it from an exchange, how to send it to a wallet, how to store it on a paper wallet safely, how to put it back on an exchange if you want to actively use it. And the best way to do that is buy yourself $10 or $15 or $20 worth and play around with it. Move it back and forth from an exchange to a wallet, to a paper wallet, back to a software wallet, back to an exchange. Do a little bit of experimentation with it so you're 100% familiar with your backup phrases, with how to securely store it, and so on. Because if you don't know how to do that, you're probably going to be very wary about investing in it, because you are in complete control of the digital currency. There's no third party protecting you. You are the bank. Okay, and that's the one thing I will say about cryptocurrency. I am here to help at any time, guys, so if you do have any questions, please feel free to email me, jonathan.ledden@shawacademy.com. And if you want to know more, we have our blog, shawacademy.com/blog, which has some very, very interesting stuff on it already. I will be posting some cryptocurrency and investing and trading blogs over the next few weeks, but there's plenty of other areas that we cover on the blog depending on what industry you're in. Now, to give you a sneak peek of what's coming up in our next lesson, guys, it's a big one, because we're going to start talking about how to properly trade. We're going to look at Japanese candlesticks or Japanese candles, and we're going to learn how to read and use the most popular price indicator in chart technical analysis today. Speaking of technical analysis, we're going to understand how to read our charts through support, resistance, price action, and really develop an ability to spot potential tradable opportunities by learning the skill of reading the charts. And then we're going to look at fundamental versus technical analysis. So understanding the difference between reading charts and how to respond to market conditions and news for short and long-term positions and gains. Now, I get asked a lot after lesson 2 in the cryptocurrency course, do I need to learn trading in general? Do I need to learn trading and investing all the markets to profit in cryptocurrency? And the short answer is yes, because cryptocurrency is like any other financial market, whether it be commodities, whether it be Forex, whether it be stocks and indices. It acts the same. The charts act the same, the market acts the same, and we use the same terms. When it comes to technical analysis, we're talking about support, resistance, trend channels, trend lines. We're looking for opportunities. We're looking for counter retail strategies. We're looking for the same stuff. So to learn cryptocurrency, you have to learn trading. And if you're going to actively trade or invest in the cryptocurrency space, well then, you will not only need to do the diploma in cryptocurrency, but you'll need to move on and do the Ultimate Traders program, because that's where we practically implement all of your newly learned trading knowledge that you get in the foundation course in real market conditions with a demo account on the Ultimate Traders program, so you can prove that the strategies that we're using works before you risk any of your own money. So that's just something to think about. I know we're only in week 1, but long term, if you are thinking about trading and investing in it, it is very, very important that you test out these strategies and actively learn how to practically implement them before risking any of your own money. Now, guys, just a reminder again that if you miss the broadcast times of the lessons, You can catch up on all of your recordings in your members area. So simply log into shawacademy.com/login. In your members area to the left, once you select your trading courses, whether it be cryptocurrency or trading, that you will see your lessons, your weekly assignments, your toolkits, and you will also see an open demo account button there, which we're going to go through in the next lesson. But there's a bonus video on how to do that if you want to get ahead of yourself. So there's a huge amount in that members area to get stuck in when it comes to resources, when it comes to notes, when it comes to slides, and there's also course-related bonus content in the bonus video section. So guys, check out your members area. Make sure you go and you get all the resources, all of the trading and toolkit resources there for you to help you every step of the way, improve your trading every lesson at a time. Now guys, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up there. Your next lesson I've already gone through. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you understand it. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email me, jonathan.ledden@shawacademy.com. As I always say, guys, and my big life belief, remember, aim to get 1% better every day.